Have you ever wondered why King Tutankhamun is so famous? This young Egyptian pharaoh ruling over 3,000 years ago continues to capture our imagination. His golden mask is an iconic symbol recognized around the world. But what makes his story so captivating? Is it his youthful ascension to the throne, his untimely death, or the incredible discovery of his tomb, virtually untouched by time? There's a compelling tale to be told here, so buckle up. Today, we unravel the mystery of King Tutankhamun's worldwide fame. Born around 1342 BC, King Tutankhamun's early life was nothing short of extraordinary. Nestled in the heart of ancient Egypt, a young prince was born, destined to ascend to the throne as King Tutankhamun, the living image of Amun. As the son of Akhenaten, a revolutionary pharaoh who upended traditional Egyptian religious practices, Tutankhamun was born into a world of grandeur and tumult. His ascension to the throne came at a tender age of just 9 or 10, following the death of his father. His reign was guided by powerful advisors, most notably Ai and Horemheb, who helped the young pharaoh navigate the complexities of ruling one of the world's most sophisticated civilizations. His reign was a time of restoration. After the religious upheaval caused by his father, Tutankhamun was tasked with restoring Egypt's traditional religion and repairing relations with neighboring kingdoms. He was a bridge between the old and new, a young leader tasked with healing a divided nation. Tutankhamun's reign, though brief, was significant. He presided over the 18th dynasty, a period marked by incredible cultural richness, architectural advancements, and a return to traditional religious practices. His youth did not deter him from fulfilling his role as pharaoh, nor did it diminish his impact on Egyptian society. Despite his short reign, King Tutankhamun left an indelible mark on history. His life may have been brief, but his legacy continues to fascinate and inspire us thousands of years later. Ascending the throne at just 9 years old, King Tutankhamun had a significant impact on ancient Egypt. This young pharaoh's reign, although brief, was a monumental period in the history of this fascinating civilization. King Tutankhamun, often affectionately referred to as King Tut, was a ruler who understood the importance of tradition. He came to power during a time of religious upheaval, where the old gods of Egypt had been abandoned by his father Akhenaten, in favor of a monotheistic religion worshipping the sun god Aten. But King Tut, with wisdom beyond his years, saw the disarray this caused within his kingdom. He made the bold decision to restore the worship of the old gods, bringing back the traditional pantheon that had been the backbone of Egyptian society for centuries. This act of religious restoration was not just about appeasing the gods. It was a strategic move that healed the societal fractures caused by his father's religious revolution, thereby stabilizing his reign. King Tutankhamun's influence, however, extended beyond the religious sphere. He was also a builder of monumental structures. While the remnants of many of these buildings have faded with time, historical records reveal that he commissioned large-scale construction projects, including the completion of his father's unfinished works. He oversaw the construction of magnificent temples and statues that added to the grandeur of ancient Egypt, showcasing the prosperity and power of his reign. Under King Tutankhamun, the arts flourished. A new artistic style emerged, characterized by a return to naturalistic portrayals, a departure from the rigid and formal art of his father's era. This artistic renaissance further cemented King Tut's legacy, revealing a ruler who valued culture and tradition. King Tutankhamun's reign, though brief, was marked by significant achievements. His decisions and actions shaped ancient Egypt, steering it back to its traditional roots, fostering stability, and promoting a rich cultural legacy that continues to captivate us even today. The demise of King Tutankhamun is as intriguing as his life. Unraveling the cause of his death has been a historical puzzle that has sparked countless debates among scholars. He was but a teenager when he passed away, with estimates suggesting he was no older than 19. The cause of his untimely death has been the subject of much speculation. Some theories propose a chariot accident, while others suggest genetic disorders or even a possible assassination. But here's where the intrigue deepens. Despite dying at such a young age, King Tutankhamun was buried with all the grandeur befitting a pharaoh of Egypt. In accordance with Egyptian traditions, his body was mummified, a process that involved the removal of organs, preservation with natron salt and wrapping in linen bandages. This meticulous process was believed to protect and preserve the body for its journey to the afterlife. The burial of King Tutankhamun was an elaborate affair. His body was placed inside a series of 4 gilded shrines, one nestled within the other, like a set of Russian dolls. Inside the innermost shrine lay a stone sarcophagus containing 3 coffins. The final coffin, made of solid gold, cradled the mummified body of the young king, his face covered with a magnificent gold mask. Around his tomb, the ancients placed all manner of objects that the king might need in the afterlife. Chariots, thrones, stools, beds, food, wine, and even board games. The walls of the tomb were adorned with vibrant paintings depicting scenes from his life, and spells from the Book of the Dead to guide him in the afterlife. The burial of King Tutankhamun was not just a farewell, but a grand send-off designed to equip the young king for eternity. Even in death, the pharaoh was surrounded by the opulence and grandeur that were integral parts of his short-lived earthly life. King Tutankhamun's death and burial add an air of mystery to his already fascinating story. His untimely death and the lavishness of his burial tell us much about the ancient Egyptians' beliefs, their reverence for their rulers, and their intricate practices surrounding death and the afterlife. The year 1922 marked a significant revelation in the history of Egyptology. It was a year that would forever change our understanding of ancient Egypt. It was in this year that British archaeologist Howard Carter, funded by the 5th Earl of Carnarvon, George Herbert, made a discovery that stunned the world. Howard Carter, an experienced Egyptologist, had been searching for the tomb of the boy king, Tutankhamun, for many long years. His persistence was rewarded when he unearthed steps leading to the tomb in the Valley of the Kings. Days later, Carter, Herbert, and their team cautiously made their way down the steps and into the antechamber of the tomb. Upon entering, they were met with an astounding sight, a room filled with treasures untouched for over 3,000 years. The golden shine of the artifacts illuminated the room, casting an eerie yet captivating glow. Among these treasures were statues, chariots, jewelry, and the iconic golden mask of Tutankhamun himself. The discovery was not only significant in its scale, but also in its preservation. It was a time capsule, a window into a world long gone, offering an intimate glance at the wealth, artistry, and belief systems of ancient Egypt. The world watched in awe as the news of the discovery spread, making headlines around the globe. Carter's meticulous documentation and conservation of the artifacts set a new standard in archaeology. His work allowed future generations to study and appreciate the grandeur of Tutankhamun's tomb, contributing significantly to our understanding of ancient Egypt. The discovery also sparked a global fascination with ancient Egypt, leading to the so-called Tutmania. This fervor inspired a wave of Egypt-inspired fashion, art, and architecture, and even influenced the narrative of popular culture and literature. The discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb was a groundbreaking moment in history. It not only provided a wealth of knowledge about ancient Egypt but also ignited a worldwide appreciation for the culture, revealing the enduring allure of Egypt's ancient civilization. So, why exactly is King Tutankhamun so famous? Well, King Tutankhamun, often referred to as King Tut, has been a figure of intrigue and fascination for centuries. His fame is an amalgamation of several factors, each of them as captivating as the last. Firstly, King Tutankhamun's young reign is a major reason for his fame. He ascended to the throne when he was just a boy, and his rule spanned a mere decade. This short but significant reign has sparked the curiosity of historians and enthusiasts alike. The idea of such a young ruler at the helm of one of the world's most powerful civilizations is, without a doubt, a fascinating tale. Secondly, King Tut's achievements during his reign, though brief, were noteworthy. He is credited with restoring the traditional Egyptian religion and art styles, which had been altered by his father, Akhenaten. This restoration brought back the worship of the deity Amun, thereby re-establishing the religious order. King Tut's reign also saw the building of the famous colonnade at the Temple of Karnak, demonstrating his influence on architecture and infrastructure. Another reason for King Tut's fame is his mysterious death. The cause of his demise has been a subject of speculation and debate for many years. Some theories suggest he fell from his chariot, while others point to genetic disorders or diseases. This enigma surrounding his death further fuels our fascination with this young pharaoh. Finally, the discovery of King Tut's tomb in the early 20th century catapulted him to global fame. The tomb was found nearly intact, with thousands of artifacts, making it one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of all time. The treasures within the tomb provided a wealth of information about the ancient Egyptian civilization, and the discovery captivated the world. King Tutankhamun, a young king who ruled for a brief period, continues to fascinate us with his story, making him one of the most famous pharaohs of ancient Egypt.